Hey guys, Deadset here. What I wanted to show you today was a quick video that will be the first part of a series that I intend to make dedicated to the farming results of various activities in the game on Torment 6, farming specific spots, certain bosses or unique enemies, farming bounties, which will be especially interesting to me in the next patch when the rewards will finally scale with the difficulty. However, today's video will be dedicated to Torment 6 rifting with my Crusader. My goal was 20 complete rifts, 15 minutes each, or in other words, 300 minutes of pure game time, which equates to 5 hours spent in rifts. I did all of the runs solo except for the final 5% of the rift boss health, where I went along with the wonderful initiative of rifting it forward, where I invite 3 other random people to enjoy the benefits of a Torment 6 Rift Guardian kill, and they help me out with the Rift Keystones. Just as a small side note, you can keep an eye out for my Torment 6 invitations in the biggest EU community for the initiative. It's called Rifting It Forward, very simple, it's one of the biggest communities out there, lots of helpful people. So come by and say hi. Now onto the results themselves. I've gained about 11.5 million gold or nearly 2.3 million gold per hour. This is probably the statistic that surprised me the most, since gold acquisition seems like the slowest progressing part of a Diablo character right now. However, it seems like if you really dedicate the time to just farming and you're not making foolish rerolls like I used to, the possibility to build up your reserves is out there. I've gained 17 Forgotten Souls, or about 3.5 per hour. Nothing impressive here. I've had a couple of rifting streaks where the rift bosses did not dignify me with a Forgotten Soul drop, and this isn't the first time that this happens to me either, so I feel like if you're out there to farm Forgotten Souls specifically, you should make your life easier and not bother with Torment 6. I've gathered 1005 blood shards, or just over 200 per hour. Once again, nothing extraordinary. If you're on the joining side of the Rifting It Forward initiative, you probably can make tons more of the blood shards. However, so far I've always fallen into the role of a rift runner, and as such I would say the shards gathered were unsatisfactory. I've gained 5 Paragon levels from 404 to 409, and I apologize for not having the exact numbers of the XP per hour, it's something I just overlooked, but the XP gain felt very satisfactory, and as far as Paragon leveling is concerned, Torment 6 was well worth the effort. And of course, the most important counter, I've gained 23 Legendaries, or about 4.5 per hour, which is alright. With my 20 runs, it does equate to a bit over 1 legendary per run, and of course as my character, my gear, and my clear times improve, it will become clearer and clearer that Torment 6 is the place to farm legendaries. Now let's move on to the legendaries themselves. The only legendaries that I did not save to identify right now are the rings, since I'm very impatient to find the Holy Damage Stone of Jordan. Sadly, I got a horrid Nagel ring and a cold Stone of Jordan, which I will be using in a future cold based build. Now let's identify, and I'll comment on the items one by one. Alright, a cold damage Andariel's Visage. It truly feels like the game is compelling me to try out a cold based Crusader, which I will, though it worries me how few and unsynergistic the cold skills of the Crusader are. Nevertheless, I'm happy that I got it. A well-rolled Mage Fist for a wizard, not much to say here besides that it is going to go on my wizard alt. Mediocre rolls on both the Blackthorn chest piece and the Blackthorn belt. With how easy it is to find or gamble for a better version of these pieces, I don't think I'll spend the money or the effort of turning them into something more than Forgotten Souls. A nicely rolled, hollowed bulwark and a worse roll of the same shield. I'm actually very happy that I got one of those, since it's going straight into a build I'm preparing that has Iron Skin as a key ability in it. And an interesting Crusader one-hander, the Swift mount, not only does it look very cool, but it also sparks my interest to try and build around it, so even if I fail, this one is a keeper. The same applies to the Final Witness shield. I've never thought about shield glare as a larger area of effect spell than the already sizable cone that it has. I will really have to play around with this one and see what it is capable of. The rest of the legendaries are either straight up bad, or uninspiring, or just too beginner to be of any interest to me. The Enchantress Focus is decent, but I already have this one. Well, this is it for the farming run. Some interesting finds, of course some duds in the heap of unidentified goodness, but hey, I'm happy with what I got and the satisfaction of struggling with the difficulty and finally overcoming it. Tomorrow the search for a Holy Stone of Jordan and many other items resumes, and the series that I start today will continue with another challenge, either a full campaign run or the post-patch bounties or something else that catches my interest. Until then, have fun hunting for loots, and I'll see you guys next time.